What kept you going all these years?
Growing up in Germany, drinking is a huge
That's
social
huge in Germany,
thing.
right?
Like when you go to someone's house, the first thing when the host opens the door, it took my confirmation at age 16 in the church.
That you know that there's no peace and happiness.
Yes.
If they're still trying to get you to the nightclub, they're still trying to get you to drink, you know, to date, to do all sorts of, you know, things.
There was something about a nun, like giving her life to God.
Mary, the mother of Jesus, she wore a hijab, and you're trying to emulate her. Assalamu alaikum, greetings of peace. I'm here with Suzanne.
Yes.
And it was interesting to hear her German accent and come to know that she accepted Islam some time ago, huh?
Yes, 1989.
So what was it? What was it about Islam that had you accept it?
Growing up in Germany, I grew up without religion. My parents did not ever go to church, but for me, in my teen years, I did sense that there was something up there. So I took my confirmation at age 16 in the church, which my parents did not like whatsoever. And at the age of 18, I started nursing college with that was at a Catholic hospital. So I was surrounded by lots of nuns as my teachers. And for me, there was something about a nun, like giving her life to God. So, but I said, okay, so by the age when I finish with my education 3 years later, if I still don't have a man, then I might as well just, you know, convert and become a nun. God behold, a year later, I met my husband, who is originally from Egypt, and, you know, presented me Islam. I never heard about Arabs before, or Islam, or Egypt for that matter, or the pyramids. So I grew up very much white collar neighborhood, not knowing anything. So that's when I started learning about Islam. And after I graduated in 1986, I moved to Egypt to work there, and that's where I further educated myself about Islam. And then a month before I got married in 1989, I accepted Islam, alhamdulillah.
Do you have any regrets thus far about your decision?
No, not ever. The only regret I have that I didn't find it earlier.
Wow, that you didn't find it earlier?
Yes.
What kept you going all these years?
To stay as a Muslim?
Yes.
Good friends. Moving to an
that's very important, having good friends.
It is the most important, whether other reverts or born Muslims, you have to keep good company.
Yeah, because if those friends, you're trying to change a lifestyle that you know that there's no peace and happiness. If they're still trying to get you to the nightclub, they're still trying to get you to drink, you know, to date, to do all sorts of, you know, things.
Growing up in Germany, drinking is a huge
That's
social
huge in Germany,
thing.
right?
Like when you go to someone's house, the first thing when the host opens the door, it's like, what would you like to drink?
Yeah, the
and
party's
if you
on.
Say water or Coke or something, it's like, what? No. You know, even from 10 a.m. in the morning, if it's Sunday, you drink.
Wow,
You drink. You know, with brunch, like a little bit of champagne or whatever, that's normal, right? So when you suddenly know water, Coke is fine, that's, oh, come on, just a little bit. Those are the tactics. But my family, my own family, up to now has not really accepted me being a practicing Muslim. Because the first 2-3 years I was a Muslim, but I didn't change visually, which was okay with them. But once I start to put on the hijab, then...
You're obviously imitating the best of women. Mary, the mother of Jesus, she wore a hijab, and you're trying to emulate her instead of imitating some of the other Kim Kardashians and that they know, Beyonce's and all that. What advice do you have for Muslims? Some are struggling with the hijab. They come from a Muslim background family. You had to go ahead and get exposure to Islam, and you accepted it, and you've been committed to living the pure monotheism, submitting your will to God, Islam, and observing what the Creator, that modest dress code like Mary, the mother of Jesus, is doing. What advice do you have for some sisters? There's more maybe concerned about what he says, she's going to say, you know, societal pressures, and they need some encouragement. What would you tell them?
This is actually a really difficult question to answer because I have two daughters myself. They are respectively 21 and 14. I have refrained from forcing them to put the hijab because it needs to come from within. You need to have the love for Allah and the religion enough to say, I'm feeling comfortable and strong with wearing the hijab. It's not, you can't put on the hijab to please friends around you. For the girls, for the sisters, is really difficult. Like some of them put on the hijab because their friends are putting it on, but it's not really in them. They don't feel it, right? So take your time, learn enough about the deen, become strong in the deen, because once you put it on, you have to keep it on. Like, it's easy to put it on, but to keep it on is the challenge.
Last thing, what advice do you have for people tuning in, maybe from Germany, from Europe? There's a lot of misinformation about Islam, but they see you, a German, formerly from a Christian background, accepting this way of life from the Creator Islam. What advice do you have for them?
To have an open mind. Open-minded, definitely. Because America facing the problem, right? PR, TV channels, news outlets about Muslims. To really keep an open mind, to learn, to ask questions. Like I'm always wish when people give me a look in the on the street, like just ask me anything. You know, I'll take my time to stop and answer why I'm wearing hijab, why I'm looking like this. You know, to give dawah on a daily basis. When you walk down the street, just a smile, just holding the door for someone. But for non-Muslims or people interested in Islam, there's a lot of pages on the internet, but not all sources are equal. So to really, the best source is approach a Muslim, approach a masjid to learn more, get information. What else can I say?
I like that. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that.
It was my pleasure. Sorry.
Thank you. Keep an open mind. Connect with a Muslim.
Definitely.
Visit a mosque. Ask your questions. And, inshallah. And the most important thing, ask the Creator for the guidance, because He's the one who guides. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time, Wayaki.